Hey guys, Squirrely here. I'm going to give you guys a video on how to farm keys as any character, because keys are a really good way of getting currency, especially early on. As 3x3 keys, so that means 3 sets of 3. Let me actually give you guys an example or show you how it looks. I actually have a little bit more than 3x3 right now, but these, 3 sets of 3 keys goes for 0.75 high runes, which is about 1 rune in Project Diablo 2, which is the mod I'm playing here. So it's really profitable. Runes are great, right? Especially early on. So, and it's easy to farm. And you don't even need to be a Sork. Obviously, Sorks are probably the fastest farmers for these, but you can actually use, without an Enigma, it's called Naj's Puzzler. And the great thing about this one is it gives you the blink ability, and it recharges on its own every 3 seconds. It's actually basically an Enigma, just with a few less charges. That's how they changed Enigma in this game. So it gives you the same ability. And so it lets you blink, it lets you teleport. And it lets you teleport without, having to constantly repair it to get charges back and all that stuff. It costs you roughly 5 to 10 World Stone shards. It's pretty cheap, maybe an or a mal essentially, right? And yeah, it just lets you teleport. So I'm going to show you guys how I farm keys, because with Project Diablo 2, you don't have to farm Countess, for example, which takes a while to get to her. And other guys, like Nahandalak, you don't have to farm for his key. There's actually other bosses now that are much easier to reach to farm. So let me show you guys. Another little annoying thing, by the way, you have to switch your ability back to blink pretty much every game. I don't know why, but it doesn't save the fact that you're on blink unless you only use Najas to kill everything, which maybe you could do that. But just to show you guys though, you can actually go kill the Blood Countess, whatever her name is. You can actually go kill Blood Raven. So the burial grounds, and just to give you guys a tip, it's usually up and to the left is what I've noticed from the Cold Plains waypoint. And you kill her, and hopefully she drops the T key, and she did just right now. And sometimes you can drop 2, right? You never know. But yeah, that's a really good way to farm T keys, way faster than the other boss, the Countess. And then to farm your other key, the H key, 8 key, you go to Halls of the Dead, so make sure to get the waypoint of Halls of the Dead level 2. And then there's the boss in Halls of the Dead level 3 that actually drops H key now. So to get to level 3, it's kind of a random thing, but usually just kind of, if you find the entrance, usually it's just south of it, maybe southeast. Just teleport. It's going to be down here for sure. You can see that. And then this one's actually really reliable. You pretty much just want to go left. So it's pretty easy. There, already found it. And so she drops the H key. Just kill her. Unfortunately, no H key this time, but that's fine. Already got a key, so it's already a pretty good run. My experience, it's usually 1 in 10 runs that you get a key from one of the guys. And of course, you can just do all 3 of them in the same run. Not a bad idea. And then the final key you can get is actually from Isuel. So you want to go to the City of the Dam. Make sure to get the City of the Dam waypoint. And then you're just looking on the edges here. Try to do the nearby edges first. Just to see if you can see the Plains of Despair. So I didn't see it south. I didn't see it west. Or east, I mean. So I'm going to go left here. See if I can find it this way. I don't see it. So it's probably all the way up. There, we found it. And this guy, he spawns randomly, unfortunately. Also, there's the lightning guys here. They're pretty dangerous, so try to have cap lightning res. This is probably the hardest key to farm of the 3 keys. We got him. He's really easy to kill, so if you can kill him super quickly. So if you can find him quickly, you just take him down, everything dies around him, which is nice. But yeah, the lightning guys can be really deadly, so out of cap lightning res. And there you go. That was super quick, right? It took me 3-4 minutes or something like that. And then obviously just make a new game and rinse and repeat. And I find it really consistent, right? It's a really good way of making basically one high rune within very little amount of time spent. It's also really good when paired with mapping, actually, in a weird way, because there's an event while mapping that can spawn these little guys, these shadow guys, who drop keys, and they can often get you, you know, up to 6 keys from the event. And once you get that amount of keys, you kind of want to just get a set, right, so that you can sell it. And to sell these keys, you go to Project Diablo 2, and you can see here, when you see a little area like this, you found the next place. You go to the Project Diablo 2 website. They have a trade feature on there. And the way that I like to sell them is using the exchange feature, which I'll show you guys once I get Isuel dead here. And finding him can be a bit of a crapshoot. And again, it's also a little sketchy with all these burning souls. They don't always spawn, so if you can't handle the lightning damage, you can actually just remake the game until you get a version of this map that doesn't have them. But hopefully you just have cap lightning res. And there he is. Look at that. That's lucky. Got 2 keys from the one enemy, 1 boss kill. So that can happen. I think you can get up to 3 keys even if you're really lucky, but you know, getting 2 keys is massive, right? So look at that. In very little amount of time, I've already gotten a crap ton of keys here. If you get a set of 6x6, that's like 1.5 high runes. You know, a set of 4s, maybe 1 high rune. Sometimes it's maybe 0.5, 0.75 still, like the rune kind of fluctuates in price right now. But you can wait and get a 6x6 set and sell that for, you know, 1.5 high runes basically. Or, you know, I mean, the prices are always changing. So depends on how hasty you are in trading it and wanting to get it sold. But yeah, really good, really consistent way of making money. You can do it on any character with the Nodge's Puzzler, which gives you teleport, and it's super cheap. And they're really easy to find right now, just because they moved it to some bosses that are easy to farm, easy to find, consistent layouts to get to them. Let me show you again. They're both bosses. So we'll do Halls of the Dead. Generally, you just kind of want to go down. It's not going to be there, so we'll go this way. I think that is level 1. Yep, so it's probably going to be to the left. There it is. You just kind of get a feel for it, right? And then always go to the left this way. It's very, very consistent. Sometimes it's not going to spawn to the left, but if that's the case, it's probably because there was no left path. If there's a left path, you'll probably find it there, so. And then we'll do Blood Raven, who is very easy to find, even faster than... she's the fastest, I would say. And also why those keys are the cheapest, these T keys here, because Blood Raven is so easy and fast to farm. And when you get it split in the path, sometimes you have to just guess. You know, like I might not be going the right way here. I think it might have actually been up there, but we'll see. Oh, no, I was right. It's kind of random. You never know. Sometimes you get a feel for it, right? She's pretty tanky, by the way, so don't feel bad if it takes a little while to kill her. Got 0. I got nothing from her, but it is what it is. Yeah. That's farming keys. And then let me show you how to trade the keys. And let me show you guys how to sell your keys the best way, in my opinion. And that is to use the projectdiablo2.com website. There's a trade feature on it that works really well. And there's a button here when you click on trade that says exchange. And exchange is really good because you can actually put how many keys, and you can basically show you have a key set in exchange. So you click each key 3 times. You can see now it shows X3 for each key. And the items I want will be a 0.75 high rune. You can just add that here. If you want to have something specific, let's say you really need, I don't know, a Gull plus a Vex, It's also 0.75. You can also obviously just ask for an It's up to you what you want to do there. I like to just put 0.75 here because I'm pretty flexible. I don't need anything specific right now. It's just kind of the going rate for a set of keys, 3x3 keys. So put that, and then you go post. And then you can kind of see here, actually, you'll see it up here now. And people will also see it if they go to exchange, and then if they say items I want, and that's going to be keys, they search for that, you're going to see my set of keys showing up here. And you'll see other people's keys, of course, too. You can kind of get the feel of the market. You can also pretty often trade your keys for items. Specifically, getting torches is really easy with a set of keys. Let's look up a torch. Let's say I'm playing in Amazon, so you can do Hellfire Torch, and then you can actually use this property mode, which was a little confusing for me to figure out at first, but it's actually pretty easy. You just got to type in kind of what, you don't have to be exact, you just kind of type in what is kind of within the realm of the mod, and you'll find Amazon skills, which is what I'd want, and then search for that. And you'll only see stuff that has Amazon skills on it, which would be an Amazon torch, which is what I would use. And you can see this guy's selling his torch for 3x3, and then you have maybe some better ones that people will ask for a bit more of a set of keys, but this guy's even saying 3x3. You can see it's better. And Amazon torches are pretty cheap because it's not very popular class to play right now, so you can usually get it for pretty cheap compared to other ones. But yeah, a lot of these guys are selling for 3x3, so really good way of getting a torch, especially depending on your class. But honestly, any class you can get a torch for 3x3 keys, so I highly recommend using it. You know, torches, that's a lot of power. That gives your character a lot of power to get one. So you pretty much want one on every character as fast as you can, right? So really good way of getting one early. So yeah, definitely recommend farming keys, especially if you get the map events where you get a bunch of keys, get a full set, right? 3x3 set, get a torch if you haven't gotten a torch yet with them, and just get some currency without too much effort. So highly recommend it. Good luck, guys. Hopefully you get some maybe double or triple key drops, and have fun.